one, you get all of it, and that just goes with it. So one of the times I was up in the
This is okay. I want to go over there and look at it. That was where I worked as a junior, and it's 1 mile from my house. Well, that's a shame. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Moore County Board of Elections, and I would like to begin by all of us standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I guess we begin by checking the machine.
Well, we got no comment. No further comment? Yeah, you're right.
Roll call.
We'll do the roll call.
Roll call.
Susan T. Adams, no conflict.
Holly Powell, no conflict.
Craig Kennedy, no conflict.
Has anyone signed up for public comment?
Okay.
I was just going by what's written here.
It says not heard.
Okay. Now we'll check the machine.
Yep, already.
So they're checking the machine.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can he hear?
I can hear him. I don't think he can hear me.
Gary, are we ready? Yeah. The minutes have been presented to all of us previously. I am assuming that you have had time to read them. And if so, if you are ready to make a motion to accept them as presented, please do so.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept the minutes as read. Is there any further discussion? There being no further discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We will start with civilian first.
Are we ready? Okay. Michael T. Joseph, Elizabeth Sweeney, Reuben Edward Watley,
Do you want him to set aside
That's
the
what I
ones? Yeah.
Nancy Louise Miller, Ruby May McCall, Mary Teresa Balwick, Elizabeth DeMerglo, Colleen Nicole Balwick, Julie Trout Person, Gerald Balwick, Evelyn Nadine Peterson, Nancy S. Thompson, Judy Elizabeth Dellinger, Judy Swaney Ray, Dorothy Lou McNeil, Roderick Wilds McIver Jr., Benjamin Nathan Afric, Eric Brewer Saviston, Robert Charles Hillsby III, Donald O'Neill Tickle, Ann Baldwin Shore, Robert Edward Hamble, Charles Rosenville Stires Jr., Carol June Diana Jax Davis, Joyce Brown Tickle, Cree Dean Sherman, Nancy Jane Peterson, Leota Sue Neville, Nancy Vickler Collins, Edward Nelson Howell, Patricia Oman Rudowski, James Alphonse Tansky, Kathleen Jo Tansky,
Okay. Then we can move on to military.
Richard Salvatore Carpezza, Bethany Skellington,
And overseas.
said it's John, does it look like John?
Yes, I do believe it is.
Okay, so John Cardoza Jr.
If you'd like to do the spot checking, I will tell you one, the ballot was sealed outside the ballot return envelope, but it was sealed inside the other envelope. She did have her witnesses and a notary, so she went an extra step. And, numbered memo 2021-03 tells me that I am supposed to accept that ballot with those stipulations.
I thought she'd left her real driver's license in there. It's such a good cop. That's a good one too.
Yes. I was just flipping back to my little, we have had, the ballots presented to us. Do I have a motion that we accept them?
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to accept the ballots as presented. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So we should have 47, and that's the tally, correct?
Should be.
47 for today?
No,
Total.
that, I was doing that, you didn't see that.
Oh,
10 on the machine.
Yeah.
We have 37.
Yeah, okay. Madam Director?
Okay.
So I just wanted the board to be aware of two things that had come in. One could be a possible candidate protest. And I had contacted the state board. So one of the candidates had brought this to my attention. They had explained to me that this was for a writing candidate for Taylortown. That they believe that the candidate did not live within the municipality of Taylortown. Because it was a writing candidate, I wasn't quite sure how to handle that. So I had reached out to the state board to get more guidance because I never dealt with a writing candidate. Legal never really got back with me because I had two different conflicting guidances on it, so I'm still waiting on legal. One was saying that it would be handled like a candidate protest. One said because it was a write-in, then their write-in votes wouldn't count. You would just handle it like someone would be writing in like Mickey Mouse. So I'm still waiting on legal to give me their backing to see which one of the sayings is true, because I still don't understand which one of those is true yet.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
How does anybody know what someone's write-in was?
Because they had a candidate forum in that municipality, and that write-in candidate happened to be at the forum, which is different.
Campaigning?
Yes. And I've had a couple of that recently in some of the municipalities. I have another municipality that's in the same boat, which is Whispering Pines. The candidate is campaigning as a write-in candidate, putting their information out. Normally what we do is when a person is campaigning, we do have them to come into the office to fill out candidate information, because we don't know what they're doing out there. We don't know what type of monies they're receiving, they're not receiving. This one candidate has not done this. I got a call today prior to the board coming in that they had put more signs out. They had pamphlets that they're write-in candidate. I did contact the candidate. I did let them know about it. They still haven't come in. So
Is that the candidate from Taylortown or?
Whispering Pines.
Whispering Pines?
This is a candidate from Whispering
And
Pines.
she says she is running for the office.
She has not. She has basically said that she's using old materials. But so she's saying because she hasn't spent any money, that she shouldn't have to come in to list her candidacy information. However, because she's making modification to the old material, I'm like, you're putting some type of effort, or somebody's putting effort towards your candidacy. You should come in because you should be tracking what you're doing. You're running gas, you're doing something. And so she's been kind of like battling me back and forth. So I had to put that one into the state board as well, to see where she falls at with her candidacy as well. So I have one for Taylortown, I have one for Whispering Pines that I'm monitoring at this moment. I might as well say I have one for Robbins that I'm monitoring, one that may not be within the municipal limits, but he is using an address that's within the municipal limits. The residents were upset concerning this candidate. To do the challenge, they were aware of it, but they didn't want their information to be put out there, that they put the challenge out there, so they missed the deadline. So then they do know that they can do a protest after the election is over with. So I'm waiting to see if the municipality of Robbins is going to do anything after I guess they're waiting to see what type of votes this candidate gets. So Robbins is also in the running as well. So I have 3 municipalities that I'm watching to see what's going to take place, whether or not they're going to fall into the candidate protest. And so I just want the board to know, so that way, once the election is done and said, they can either file after election or after the canvass. They have that time frame to do so. And I know it's tricky because I've been trying to make sense of what's the difference between the two. Why either they can file after the election or after the canvass. And it all depends on if one is, they can do it because it affected the vote count. They can do it like after the election. And then one is because of some other reason they can do it after canvass. So that's why. But I'm still waiting to get better guidance from the state board concerning that matter.
Well, okay, I'm still a little confused. So let's say you have a write-in candidate. We think it would be fairly unlikely for a write-in candidate to win.
Well, two's a write-in, one's actually on the ballot.
Oh, one's on the.
Yes, ma'am. The one in Robbins is actually on the ballot. One in Whispering Pines is a write-in. One in Taylortown is a write-in.
All right, so the one on the ballot
Correct.
was an untimely.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they would.
So that could be
a protest. That would be a protest
after the election.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but the two write-ins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after the election, the only reason anyone's going to protest is if they win.
Correct.
Right.
So yes, and so that's why I'm saying you would have to just wait and see what takes place, to see where they would fall at in the protest timeline. If they win, then they could do it after the election. So
And there's no
to dispute.
There's no rules about people campaigning who haven't filed.
See that, and that was and that's why I got to do two different conflicting ones. One person was like, if they were a write-in candidate and they didn't live within the municipality, they would do a protest depending on the type of votes they got. The other one was like if they were a write-in candidate, depending on the votes, and it would just be like, it would be considered like Mickey Mouse. And I was like, well, that don't make sense to me. So they have to give, for a municipal, for write-ins, they don't give a lot of clarification like it would be for a primary write-in candidate, because they have to actually do a petition to get on the ballot as a write-in candidate. So it's a little bit different. So I'm waiting for better clarification, but I still wanted the board to know, because that means don't go nowhere.
But both of these candidates from Whispering Pines and from Taylortown have acknowledged to you that they are actively seeking support to be a write-in.
One has actively sought support because they have come in and filled out paperwork. The Whispering Pine one is denying it.
Is a what?
Denying.
Denying that she is actively running.
Correct. Even though she has signs out, she has pamphlets saying that she's a write-in candidate.
So she says other people are doing this for her?
Mm-hmm. So that's something just for the board to consider for that information. And then the next information is with the Sand Hills Community College, which is one of our precincts. I gave the board also area maps of that precinct. I received a call yesterday from a Miss Marsha Woodfield. She was stating that she received calls from different parties stating that on the trail leading up into the front door. Now we don't, on our buffer zone policy, it says that there is no tents allowed, but somehow people were actually putting tables on the walkway, and somehow those tables, I guess, depending on how big the tables are, that they were actually now sitting in the flower bed, and they were actually damaging the flower bed. And so she proposed to me that she wanted to see if it was possible that they could come in through the back door of the voting enclosure, and that the campaigners could actually be on the grassy area, and that way it would make everybody happy. The only issue that I had with that was she explained to me that going through the back door, it comes into a patio, and she explained to me there was a step stone that they would have to go down into, and then I guess it comes into the back lobby, and then they would still have to go to the front to get into the voting enclosure. My concern with that was, one, if it was a person with a handicap or a disability, I'm not quite sure what type of door structure that was. You would have people coming in from two different sides. You would have still people coming into the front for handicap accessibility access, and then you would try to have people coming to the back just to please the campaigners. And then my thought process was, from this aerial view, it still looks like there's flower bed blocking on the side of the trail that she's still trying to have people come. Even if I was, like, I wasn't, but because it's still not my decision to do so, to me, there still wasn't an area where I wouldn't be hitting a flower bed to put campaigners at, where it wouldn't mess up the flower bed. Then I thought, of all days, it would probably rain on election day, so you have grass area where that could be dirty and things of that nature. And so the only other option that I thought about was just taking some of the parking space, 3 of the parking spaces, and putting tents out that way, so that they could just take some of the parking spaces. And even when I mentioned that, she was like, "Oh my God, no." I think somebody did approach her concerning it, which I thought that was odd for them to do so. But we have had issues out there before. It's just a tight space. It's a very tight space. We've already put our notice of our buffer zone out, so we wouldn't be able to make any changes at that moment. If this change, if any, wouldn't take place until March, for the March primary. But I also did explain to her, because they only do curbside voting in the front, you would also, this building would actually have a double buffer zone, because you would still have the buffer zone in the front, and then you would have a buffer zone in the back. And I've never had a building where we had a double buffer zone before. And most buffer zones are 50. The less you can make it is 25. And most likely you would have most of your campaigners, if any, if you try to put them in the grassy area, they would be basically over here, depending on how you draw the buffer. To me, they would still be out of reach. So I'm not quite sure what it is that she's trying to accomplish. They wouldn't be any closer.
Why didn't she want them in the parking lot?
I'm not quite sure why she didn't want them in the parking lot.
Because weren't they in the parking lot last time?
This is
I'm not
just
quite
for
sure.
information right now, so nothing's will change. Can we move this to an actual agenda item later on?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
I just wanted you-
maybe we're all here and we can all discuss it.
But the parking lot issue, I'm not quite sure why she didn't. I think somebody may have suggested not to do that, but yeah, I can agree on that, because like I said, I can't do anything right now because it's already been noticed. But
And you told her it was not.
I told her that I was going to be speaking with the board to let you know that it's been brought up, but I would call her back, because I didn't realize, I did really forgot that we had already.
So you haven't told her it won't apply?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you will.
But I will. But I did tell her that I was going to speak to the board today concerning it. I did tell her that.
Before we verify the machines, what are the next 2 days? refresh our memory on where we're supposed to be and when we're supposed to be there.
So
Saturday at 5 o'clock.
is it 5:30? I think it's 5:30.
We had 5.
I don't know what time.
That's
Oh, 5, okay.
Discussion.
Okay, so Saturday at 5. Then Monday, if we have anything, it's 5:30.
But you'll let us know.
But I'll let you know. Then you'll be back here Tuesday at 5, because I'm not looking at it.
Tuesday at 5. Is that what you said?
Yes,
And then one on Friday.
and then one on Friday, yes.
The following Friday.
No, that week Friday.
A week from Friday.
Oh, next Friday, yes, I know what you mean. I'm like, well, all my weeks are running in
Friday at
1.
1.
Mhm. Then the following Friday, because which is the Thursday. No, you have that Thursday, the fourth,
Thursday,
that Thursday.
at 5:30.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll have that Friday at 11 for Canvas. Mm-hmm.
Friday the 14th.
Yes,
at 11.
yes.
Okay, now we can check the machines.
Yes.
We're lucky that it says exactly what it's supposed to say. Did you bring your pen?
Friday the 15th, left.
The 13th. What time is the 13th, Carrie? That Thursday?
Right before Canvas,
Mm-hmm.
I would think by 5:30.
Okay.
30.
What time you have for the 13th?
I have 5:30.
Uh-huh.
Is it at 5:30? 5.
5:30.
That's it.
On the 13th. I think that is cruel and inhumane.
And that's all I
You want
have.
me to sign that?
I think it would be nice. You make a motion to accept the tape.
Yes. I mean, I'm finished, that's all.
We had before. Don't do a motion to accept what we signed.
I just signed it. I mean, you checked and verified that the numbers were good and that was it.
So we can have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. This meeting is adjourned. I was asking a question, not making a motion. You made a statement.
Okay, so what's this thing about bring back name tags? Is that an after us?
Yes.
Ladies, thank you for coming.
Did you take them with you? Can you bring them back?
Which,
This was a long meeting.
I know, right? We gotta get better.
Wow.
So did you have a name tag? Like, no.
I have a, you mean just print it out, not a
No.
formal?
No, Terry,